Hey, good Thursday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majeski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your weather update here on your July 17th, 2025. Now, before we get going, we always like to say thank you and welcome aboard any new followers here on our growing little channel. And if you're not yet officially a follower, please give our main Facebook page a like today. Now, if you happen to catch this broadcast over on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future updates. Well, the big story continues to be a couple things. We're going to still deal with a lot of heat. We're definitely stuck in the July summer doldrums out there. We're going to be looking at intense of rain going up a little bit, but also the humidity. So that heat feel-like temperature, I think, may become a little more problematic, especially as we go into next week. We'll get into greater details on that here in a second. Let's first take a live look there in Blue Ridge, Georgia. We've got some clouds around. We've had some showers across North Georgia, spotty ones here at best around the area, but not looking too bad there in Blue Ridge. Down toward Lake Lanier, also looking at a few fair weather cumulus clouds out there as well. A little bit of a breeze, but not looking too bad out there for this afternoon. And we're going to see, again, a few spotty showers here, not only for today, but for tomorrow. So it's going to really kind of be dependent on where you're at across the state of where you're going to see the best rain chances. I'll illustrate that here in just a second. Now, so we're going to be watching this story here. Obviously, we got some heat advisories back over here in Mississippi, Alabama, excessive heat warnings here in the purple, and you also have some over there in South Carolina. I think we're going to be seeing here as we go into this weekend and into early next week, a lot more coverage of this type of stuff going on with the excessive heat kind of building. So those feel-like temperatures are going to go up. We are dealing with some heavy rains down here along the Gulf Coast. That's dealing with this tropical disturbance here. It's kind of backed off its ability to, it's running out of real estate. It's going to be moving to Louisiana here. So I don't think we're going to get our Dexter storm just yet. Our tropical depression, this moisture is going to move up here toward the north and move into Louisiana and eventually into Arkansas. So shouldn't be a big deal here for us here across the area, although we're going to see that moisture kind of increasing here back. I think this is kind of stealing some of the moisture. That's why we're kind of limited on the rain chances today, but I think that'll come up a little bit as we go in toward this weekend and early next week. So here we go with our regional satellite imagery here. Again, here's the bulk of the moisture across Louisiana and Mississippi Gulf Coast. See some scattered thunderstorms there. Not looking too bad across Tennessee, North Georgia, and Alabama, looking pretty good. A few storms up there into the Carolinas, but really not looking too that bad. Again, some very spotty showers here. You see a few up there across northeast Georgia. That was kind of the best rain chance area. Was going to be up that way into western portions of North Carolina. But I think tomorrow what we're going to see is going to be generally drier down here. But I think the further north and west you go, especially going into Tennessee, maybe northwest Georgia, I'll have a slightly better chance of rain. So it's going to be kind of a range between 20 and 40%, I think, here going in for tomorrow. So here goes the wet conditions here. Got obviously rainy here across Louisiana. Obviously got the flash flood watches down here with that tropical moisture coming up this way. And you see all these little troughs around here, and they change from day to day. That's what makes forecasting rain chances here across the southeast so problematic, especially in the summertime. They just change from day to day. So you just got to keep an watchful eye on those as we go from basically one day to the next. So let's go look at our regional model here. Again, we're seeing increased rains here across this area going in toward tomorrow. There's a couple things to do want to point out here. Obviously, we see the increased moisture here. You see in northwest Georgia getting on this. There is showing some coming out of here late in the day, kind of going in toward Friday afternoon. So here comes that moisture kind of coming up there, boom, going into the overnight hours. So we'll see if that holds true or not. But again, looking at scattered storms here for today, that'll continue into the weekend, and we'll see it go up here a little bit as well. But generally, as we look at the southeast, we're not going to really see much of a change. We're not getting any cold fronts coming in. Just nothing to pull in this time of year, and really going to be kind of stuck with a pretty stagnant forecast. The only thing we're going to be noticing is, again, maybe a little more humidity. I think it's going to be increasing, and those feel-like temperatures will become more of an issue as we go in toward next week. So here goes our rain chances going into your Friday and then going into your Saturday. Again, not looking too bad there. Sunday, again, this is Sunday morning period. So the rain chance is always obviously a little bit lower in the morning, and they go up in the afternoon. And then going into next week, we kind of see that kind of go up once again. And again, you see, it looks like the Gulf Coast will be generally seeing the higher rain chances here going into Tuesday, Wednesday, and into Thursday next week. So if you have any plans going down to the Gulf Coast, just plan on, pretty decent widespread showers and thunderstorms with the sea breeze activity kind of firing off in the afternoon. So let's go ahead and take a look at your forecast here for tomorrow. So Gainesville's rain chance about 20%. But for example, if you go up toward Dalton, it's probably closer to 40%. So it's going to be in that kind of range, 94-73 there on your Friday there in Gainesville. Elsewhere, everybody here into the 70s here for tonight. Again, maybe an isolated stray shower into this evening, but that's about it. Maybe a few upper 60s in the mountains, but low to mid 70s, kind of a muggy start to say the least. And then daytime highs here, mostly here into the lower to mid 90s down toward metro Atlanta, and maybe a few upper 80s into the Georgia mountains. Again, isolated generally here, maybe a little more scattered here across northwest sections of the state going in for tomorrow. Here's your regional perspective. Back these off a little bit because the increased rain chances across Nashville and Memphis. Obviously, kind of wet and damp down here with that tropical moisture down here across Jackson, New Orleans, and Destin. And look at our temperatures over in Charlotte and Columbia. Ouch, 97, 98. Pretty hot over that way. All right, here goes our next 7-day forecast here. Again, keeping that rain chance generally below 30% into the weekend. So, again, you could see some rain. You can't rule that out this time of year, obviously. Temperatures in the 90s. Notice the temperature 96 on Monday. That's why this is the day I think we're probably going to see potential heat advisories coming into a bigger portion of the state. And we kind of back temperatures off just a little bit, but, really no real big changes here. We're going to stay with temperatures predominantly staying above normal. Looks like there's going to be a bit of a high-pressure ridging going on in the middle of the country going into this upcoming weekend. So probably going to see numerous heat advisories kind of expanded through the middle of the country. We're kind of on the edge of that field going into Monday next week. So we'll see how it works out. Obviously, you got corn that's all getting ready to get harvested out there. Humidity levels going to be running through the roof. So it's going to be pretty widespread, I think, with the heat advisories taking a big chunk of the country as we go into this upcoming weekend and into early next week. Again, I appreciate everybody checking us out here. We just crossed 7,000 followers. We should be knocking on the door, hopefully hitting 8,000 maybe by Sunday. We'll see how it works out. I'm about getting to the end of my advertising dollars I'm available there, at least not until we get into August, but should be knocking on 10,000 there pretty soon. 10,000 is Facebook professional status. That kind of opens up additional toolboxes for us to help promote the channel. And then obviously we're getting closer to our last page that got taken down by copyright issues, 11,200. So we're getting closer back to what we had on our second page launch. So I appreciate you guys helping us out as we try to build a premier weather channel here for you folks here across North Georgia. All right, that's y'all's update for now. You guys take it easy. Be good, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next update. Till then, y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.